PrizePicks. Okay, so we're going to be talking about how much money can you make off of PrizePicks, but realistically. Okay, and the example I'm going to go through is myself. I didn't start using PrizePicks until later in 2022, but here you can see my results in 2022. And then here so far, once I've kind of gotten the groove in 2023. So you can see I'm at a 12.64% ROI. This verified bet tracker I use is called Pickit. I'm at 8K in profit, about. So what that means is I've staked roughly $64,000 so far this year on PrizePicks, right? Just with verified bet tracker. It's called Pickit Sports. It's the one I use if you want to follow all my plays. Now, a lot of people will be like, whoa, that's crazy. Oh my gosh, you must have so much spare capital. You staked 64K on PrizePicks? No, right? You have to remember that sports is every day. Right? The NBA games that we are playing on PrizePicks are for tonight. The NHL games are for tonight. Sure, this maybe is a little different sometimes in football, maybe sometimes in golf, but in general, right, the sports we're playing are today. So the returns you're earning are daily. So when I talk about earning a 12% ROI on PrizePicks, that's daily. Daily returns of 12% on PrizePicks, right? That's how you get to 8K profit pretty quickly, as these returns compound so quickly if you actually have an edge. Now, there are two things I want to say. The first thing is you actually have to have an edge on PrizePicks. If you're just playing random stuff, I'm not saying you can bet 8K or you can make 8K, right? You have to have a mathematical advantage to beat PrizePicks long term. The second thing I want to say is this is not easy, right? Like you have to consistently find plays with an edge. I put a lot of work, a lot of time in. Every single day I wake up, I look at PrizePicks. Every weekend I look up and look at PrizePicks, right? This is not a game for the lazy. I'm not trying to make it sound like this is easy. But what I'm showing you is even when I'm staking less than $1,000 a day, right? You're able to make 8K and it's March, right? Just like in a couple months. So, as an example, if you're staking $200 a day, let's say on PrizePicks, you have, $1,000 bankroll, whatever, you're ready to stake $20 a day. I don't know, or $200 a day. You can put in the numbers for yourself. We'll flip over to a spreadsheet here in a second, and you're earning a 12.64% ROI, which we're also going to go through. Your profit over the course of a year is going to be $9,227. So if you're willing to put in the work, right, and actually understand how to get a mathematical advantage over PrizePicks, you can make some serious dough. And we're going to talk about that a little more. So let's flip over to my screen. So let's go through the numbers briefly. Here's my profit ROI so far, right? Just using Pickit Sports, the verified bet tracker I use, very popular in the US. And again, I want to make it clear as well, these concepts, right? It applies to wagering on any sports book. Your returns in general are going to be daily. If you're betting on the NBA on FanDuel, your returns are going to be daily. In PrizePicks, you're going to see in terms of my net profit, it's not like the biggest component. I'm just talking about PrizePicks in this video because it's very popular and it comes up a lot. But anyways, let's get back to the numbers. So I've staked a total of 64K about this year, which is about $920 that I'm staking per day. So you don't need a ton of capital, right? So let's say you're staking $100 or $200 on PrizePicks every single day. Your ROI is just like mine, 12.64%. And your projected profit in a year is just going to be 200 times 12.64% times 365 days in a year, right? You're earning these returns daily on your $200 stake. There's 365 days in a year. So assuming you are playing every day on PrizePicks, it's going to be times 365. So this is what's critical about sports betting, is if you're lazy and you're like, oh, I'm only going to, let's say play 100 days in a year. I'm only going to look for sharp, profitable bets 100 days in a year. Well, now you're only making 2.5K. All of this assumes you're putting in the hustle, you're grinding, you're consistently finding plays with an edge, so you can earn this 12.64% ROI daily, right? Now, one thing I want to make clear as well is a lot of people are like, dang, 12% is a lot. Is I always advocate for, because it's mathematically optimal. I'm not going to go through the math in this video as well. I've done it in tons of other videos. But on PrizePicks, what is optimal and what you'll see right here, so if I literally go into my PrizePicks really quick, is I'm always basically going to be playing 5 flexes, occasionally a 6 flex. But look at this, right? I put my money where my mouth is. These are all 5 flex plays, right? 5 flex, 5 flex. It's all my previous entries as well. So Basically, 5 flexes are mathematically optimal on PrizePicks if you go through the payouts, right? This is not a sports book. So PrizePicks has different payouts. You go 5 for 5, you get 10x payout, right? So you need to understand these and break it down. But if you go through the math, 5 flex plays are mathematically optimal. So, long story short, let's say, we're looking at this play on PrizePicks from the OddsJam Positive EV tool, which is where I find all my plays from. This play has a 1.62% profit margin, right? 1.62% edge, profit margin, whatever you want to call it. So we're earning a 1.62% profit margin on just this pick, but we need 5 more. So let's assume all plays in my PrizePicks entry have a 1.62% profit margin. Then the edge, right, on my 5 flex is just going to be roughly 1.62% times 5, which is 8.1%. So format, number, and then we can go to percent, right? So if I'm earning a 1.62% edge per pick in my 5 flex, I'm looking at roughly an 8% ROI on PrizePicks if I'm playing 5 flexes, right? So if I'm earning an 8.1% edge, and let's say you're staking $400 daily, right? So then your projected profit per year is going to be 11.8K. So all you do is you take your daily stake, right? You multiply it by your edge, right? Then you multiply it by 5 because you're going to be playing 5 flex plays. So your stake times your edge per pick. So stake right here, $400 times your edge per pick, 1.62%, right? This is your edge, your profit margin. It's under the percent column. ROI of a pick, percent, whatever you want to call it. Profit margin, edge, all these words are the same. So you're going to be playing 5 flexes. So it's your daily stake times the edge per pick, roughly an average, times 5 because you're going to be playing 5 flexes. And then you multiply that by 365. There's 365 days in a year, right? This game is today. So I'm earning a 1.62% profit margin on one pick in my 5 flex. If all of my plays have a 1.62% profit margin, I'm looking at an 8.1% ROI roughly on PrizePicks long term. If I'm staking every day, 365 days in a year, that's 11.8K profit in a year, right? So this is just the math kind of behind PrizePicks. And any questions you have, you can feel free to reach out. I put the sheet in the description. I put my email in the description. And let's make some money.